everyone and welcome back to 7 Trans Guys. I am your Saturday guy, Korean, and this week's topic is trans health and hygiene. So I decided to look up some stuff about the topic, just health in general. I think the other guys have done a good job about explaining it and linking it towards being trans, so I'm just going to try and give it to you as general as possible. So here it goes. There's 6 components to health. A lot of people think it's just 4, but there's 6. So you have physical health, social, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and environmental. So I'm just going to go through all of them. Your physical health comes to how you take care of your body. So that includes eating right, exercising, and being in like a good body weight for your height. You know, there's usually the BMI. Sometimes they're incorrect, but just being in a good range. Excuse me. Then you have your social. Excuse me. You have your social. And social includes the relationships you have in your life. So how you relate to other people and having positive people in your life and recognizing the positive people in your life and also the negative people in your life. In order to be truly healthy, you have to be taking care of all 6 components. You can't just take care of one, you have to take care of all 6, okay? So anyways, the third one is emotional, is how you express your emotions in a healthy way. One thing is that I know a lot of people express their emotions, but it's not in a very constructive way. It's very destructive at times, and usually you end up causing more damage rather than fixing it, you know? So being able to express your emotions in productive and non-destructive ways, and even expressing it in the first place is good enough. It's good sometimes, but you have to learn how to express it in a good way. So you have your intellectual, your mental. So mental/intellectual is how you process the world around you, understanding reality and being able to deal with the demands of everyday life, knowing what to do when and how to arrange your life in a way that everything goes as smoothly as possible. Intellectual. Then you also have spiritual, and this doesn't necessarily mean you have to have some sort of connection to some sort of higher power. No, it's more like understanding your beliefs, your morals, your values, and everything that drives you and helps you make decisions. That's your spiritual. You don't have to believe in something, but something like there must be something that's driving you to do stuff. What you base your decisions on. What is the basis of your decision? That could be considered as your spirituality, and you could also be religious, and that could be considered as your spirituality. So how your relationship is with the higher power you believe in. And then there's one more, environmental. It's living. So how safe is your environment? How safe do you feel at home? How safe do you feel when you go out? How safe? Like, do you have safe water? Do you have safe food? Do you feel safe in general? Like, is your environment comfortable? So that's your environmental health. So when you're considering health, you have to consider every single component, or else you're not really healthy. And honestly, a lot of people, there are not that many healthy people in the world, because there's that. I'm sure that everyone can come up with one component where they're not doing that great in, right? And if you're not doing that great in one component, you're not really that healthy. So that's all I'm going to say about health. You can try and link it to your life and figure out what parts of your life you need to work on, because otherwise you're not going to be a really healthy person. So now we're going to move on to hygiene. Hygiene. I'm just going to talk about my personal experiences with hygiene. Once I started tea, I started to sweat a lot, which is something that's common, but I sweat a lot. I used to sweat a lot at the gym, not on a regular basis, but sometimes at night I would sweat a lot too. But I didn't start like having body odor till I switched my testosterone. I was using 100 mg before, the 100, yeah. Then I switched to 200, and once I switched, I started smelling a lot more. Like, the weird thing is that if I didn't have a shower, I wouldn't stink. But once I had a shower, I would have body odor. So it was just really weird. But it's kind of like subsided now. Now that I've almost finished it. Now that it's almost finished, that's when it stopped. So I had to use deodorant all the time, just trying to mask the smell. And I wasn't even sure if people could smell me, but I could smell myself. So I wasn't very comfortable for a bit, but it passed after a while. So that's hygiene. What else? I don't use soap to wash my face. My face, I didn't, testosterone didn't give me much acne. It gave me, most of my acne is on my back. But once in a while I get some on my face, and it's usually not because of tea. It might be, like, my skin is really sensitive, like Javion said. Like, his skin is sensitive, my skin is really sensitive too. So, I can't use soap on my face. I wash my face with only water. But once in a while, when you wash your face, sometimes your face is dry, and I have to put lotion on my face or I'll look ashy, right? So I put lotion on my face, and once in a while, it breaks out. Depending on what lotion I use, how much I use, yeah. So I just avoid using lotion on my face, but sometimes I have to when it's dry. So then I get pimples on my face. I had some under my neck when I first started tea. But since then, like, I've not had that much pimples from tea. But yeah, I know that you're supposed to wash your face. Like, listen to their advice, right? I only wash my face with water, so I can't really tell you what to wash your face with. Excuse me, man. What else? Shaving. One thing is that if you have loads of body hair or like armpit hair, I suggest like you trim it once in a while to avoid sweat clogging up and you stinky. So you don't have to shave it all off. Like, maybe you could just trim it, make it look alrightish. What else? Having a shower. When you start tea, I'm going to talk about your little guy down there. When you start tea, that thing's going to grow. I don't know how big yours is going to get, but mine grew and it keeps growing. I don't know why. Apparently it's supposed to stop around like 7 months, but I'm 9 months now, and so I'm expecting it to have stopped, but it grew some more. But anyways, when it first started growing, which is, I think everyone feels this, it's very uncomfortable. It's kind of painful to touch. So when it first started growing, it was really weird trying to wash down there, because like the water, I usually use the shower, so it's like trying to splash on it, but like just the water splashing on it was it was uncomfortable. So I'd like have to turn away, and I'd get some water, then sit there and dip it in. Like, it was, sometimes I'd have to like drop it on, because just any single touch on it was just, oh my god, this is really uncomfortable. But after a while, it got better. So I'm like, make sure when you take a look down there, that thing probably, if you take a really good look, it looks like an uncircumcised penis, right? And one thing I know about dicks with uncircumcised penises is that you're supposed to clean it properly, because of the skin, the foreskin, I don't know what it is, could get dirty, right? So when you're cleaning, make sure you pull it back and clean it properly, right? Because stuff will get under that skin, so make sure you pull back your little guy, like the skin on it. I don't know if you guys with small ones can. I don't know what yours looks like, but mine is sizable, so when I pull it back, like I could pull it back, and then I let water drop on it, or I get some water in my hand, dip it in it, like just climb up and like pretty much teabag your hand, just dip it in, and then switch the water, clean it. Make sure you clean that thing, because you don't want it to get infected. Yeah, have showers, brush your teeth. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys that everybody hasn't told you already. So I'm probably going to round up my video now. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching. See you next week.